wonderful music.
Hey, it's the boys. We back. PS&BS episode 96. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to all the YouTube viewers. If you haven't already, go show support and follow us at PS&BS_POD.
No soundbite.
Man, today we're going to be talking some gaming,
Yes.
some cinema,
Yes.
and of course some BS.
Yes.
But before all that, remember there's a big giveaway, man. We weeks away. PS5 giveaway.
Big.
Make sure you're tapped in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hit the link below. But with that being said, let me see what my guy's been up to. Yo, Biggs, what's up? I mean, Biggs not here.
Oh, damn.
Again.
Oh. Yeah.
Man, prayers and good wishes go out to my boy, Biggs.
Yeah, shout out to Biggs.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Right now he's under the weather, so pull through.
Hitting him
our
hard, man. Hitting him hard.
Brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully he should be here next week. Fingers crossed. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, if you listen to
be
this,
back in the studio.
You haven't heard from Biggs, reach out to Biggs, man. Cheer him up. Let him know
kind of down.
Let him know where the best wing places are. So when he's back on his feet, he can go to the best wing place. And
maybe that's what it was. You need to stay away from that Kennedy's.
Damn. All right.
Oh shit. So what we doing? I guess I'll go first.
I was gonna say the resident.
I'll go first. I really want to elaborate on the giveaway before I go into what I've been doing. Right. This is episode 96. We're giving that away at episode 100. You can do the math. There's only 4 weeks left. I looked today. We finally hit over 10,000 entries.
Woo!
10,000 entries. That roughly estimates to somewhere around 5 to 550 people have entered into this giveaway. They want this PS5. It's still here. I still got it. The most important thing I want to say is our sponsor, Mike Torres. Mike Torres Homes. I understand it's not like a supplement where you could go buy some powder for energy and stuff. I know buying a house is massive, but don't sit here and think, oh, I'm not going to buy a house, so there's nothing I can do. No, there's something you can do, okay? Visit his page. You have to do that anyway. Type something. Say, hey, the boys sent us, or, good lookout on the sponsorship. We appreciate it. Just anything to let him know that this is working, because he wants to do more. I mean, we could give away headsets. We could give away gaming chairs. We could give away
a PS&BS mansion. I said this already.
No, bro. We got to get the mansion first. We got to get the mansion, live in it for 5 years, and then we give it away. Come on, man.
Okay, that's right.
We could give away gaming monitors. You want a monitor? You want a game on the same monitors that we game on? We could give one away. But listen, if you know anybody, you don't have to be in the market for a house. If you know anybody moving in Florida, Central Florida, hook up Mike Torres Homes. Tell him the boy sent you. He will take care of you. You don't have to be the one moving. It could be anybody. If you know they're coming to Florida, or they're trying to sell a house because they want to get the fuck out of Florida, because I'm kind of on that boat myself. But selling a house, buying a house, just have them go, at least talk to them. Let them know that this is working, so that we can do more stuff in the future.
Yep.
For that being said, it's your boy Steel 1682. That's right. Harley Quinn is my kryptonite. That's my girl. I still have a Harley Quinn wallet in my pocket. Whew.
So
I love
you
that
keep
girl,
Harley
man.
Quinn in your pocket, guys.
Yes, Harley Quinn is in my pocket all the time. I'm not gonna go all those other tags. I don't care anymore. I've been playing. Oh my god, what have I been playing? Very little Apex.
Wow.
Call of Duty, like I said, is out of here. It's out of here. It's nowhere on my system. You can't find it. I'll give you my PS5 if you can find it on my system. It's not there. It's not there.
You give away the PS. Somebody's gonna hack into your PS5
If you can
and download
find the
that shit.
PS5, anything that says Call of Duty on my system, I'll give it to you. That's
It
how
should be
gone
cloud
it is.
safe, right?
That's how gone. No, that shit's it's gone. It's gone.
They're gonna take a screenshot of your trophies and be like,
I got
The
him.
trophy's always
I got
gonna be there. The trophy's
I
always
know.
gonna
Well,
be
you said
there.
It says
anything.
Call of
You
Duty.
said anything.
Yeah,
Man,
it says Call
save
of
file, game file. Come on, man.
you know, people will come up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Remember
Okay.
Remember we were just listening to a little while ago.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
People come up with anything.
Yeah. I've been playing Back 4 Blood. Got into that somewhat heavy this week. Played it a few times. Got put about a good, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours into that game.
Got a little sweaty.
Me and Trav hooked up one night. I think it was just both of us with randoms, and then another night we hooked up with one of our patrons and his boy. They were on PC, and we got
the cross.
We did the cross play, and
It was easy.
we needed that help because we got to that fourth part, the final part of the first section, and it was nuts, man.
Hey,
Oh my God, that shit was nuts.
We'll talk
I know.
about it
I'm
later.
just saying. Okay. But boy, what has had me this whole week? That Scarlet Nexus, man. Oh my God, Scarlet Nexus. Yo, this game. More and more, and the more, and the more, and the more.
It's like y'all want this game to be game of the week 8 times.
And the more, and the more, and the more I play it, it just keeps ranking higher on my list. By the time I'm done playing this game, it could be right there tied with my number 1 game ever played. That's how good this game is, bro. This story is just nuts. It's all over the place. It's crazy. I'm getting the emotions. If you remember that episode way back when a JRPG actually snuck into my number 1 spot, that's right, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yep.
It did it because of the emotions that I was getting, and I was invested. This game is there. Is that I'm invested. The emotions are there. People get axed out. I feel it. You know, when the story flips, I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's a lot of flipping.
What? Yo, it's nuts. That game's
There's
amazing.
a
If
lot
you
of
haven't
flipping.
played it, you got to play it. And I'm at the point now, I think I'm on like phase 10, halfway through phase 10. There's 12 phases in Yuito's story, and then I'm going to play Kasane's story. I got all the powers, man, and being able to chain your own combos the way you want to, and with your powers and your team hits. Well, it's nuts. It's nuts. You could do a different combo every time you go into a battle. You can set it up differently. It's nuts.
Basically, yeah.
I freaking love it. I mean, I'm even enjoying the dialogue part of it, the way it's coming out, the whole bonding missions, like everything. I'm 100% into that game. Real quick for cinema. Of course, Harley Quinn, my girl. Watch that Suicide Squads on Sunday. Trust. We're gonna get into that. Trust.
Very soon.
Other than that, Lex, what's good, son?
What's up, everybody? RTX Lexx, the Game Whisperer, Lex Miller. Keeping it real. That's
Every
for you,
time you
Biggs.
say it, every time
That's for you,
say
Biggs.
it, man.
No, he wants to hear the Truck Driver Simulator. And
There
what's
you
the other
go.
one?
There you go. That's the one. That's the one right there.
Oh, that's just the one? Okay, Truck
Yeah.
Driving Simulator.
That's how I earned that name. What have I been doing on the gaming side? Bit surprising, but not. I've been in this. I have these 3 games on rotation
Oh, you're back in Keener Streets.
that I'm just gonna keep rotating.
If he's
No,
back
no,
in
no,
division,
no.
holy cow.
That's basically the only one left. It is a throwback, but not that much. Mass Effect 2. I'm trying to finish that because I want to get into 3.
Okay.
I got back into Destiny 2.
Oh shit!
And I've had an on and off. That's one of my favorite shooters of all time.
Right.
I've had an on and off. You know, so you need time off. I've been playing Destiny since the alpha.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
That's how I
So-
was for the longest time. Take
Yeah,
2-3
so
months
sometimes-
off, and then
sometimes you need
dive
some
back
time off.
into it. That's
There's a lot
why
of things
I'm still holding on to it in my external.
Yeah, so, you know, things have changed. They got some legendary shit and they got some good stuff. Good season. It's cool. It's cool. I'm liking it. I'm playing Avengers heavily.
I saw that you put
Heavily.
a chat in the chat. I'm like, you were like, just so you guys know, I'm playing Avengers all weekend. And I was
Heavy.
Okay.
Because it is getting real in that game. Because next week or the week after, I think is the next week is Wakanda. So I'm getting ready for Black Panther, man. I mean, come on. It's gonna be nasty. That's on the gaming side. On the cinema side, I inadvertently got into my Margot Robbie, Joel Kinnaman thing going. I got the two people from Suicide Squad. I watched Suicide Squad 2 times. One by myself because I was wanting to watch it with my wife because I wasn't sure that was going to happen because I have kids. So I wanted to make sure I watched it.
Right.
Then when she had time, I watched it again with her. And then I watched I, Tonya, which also stars Margot Robbie. She got nominated for Best Actress in that movie. And nice. I know why. That was her movie. That wasn't her breakout role. Her breakout role was Wolf of Wall Street, opposite Leo DiCaprio.
Okay. Leo, yeah.
Because everybody saw her and they were like, "Whoa, yeah, okay, she's special." And I'm also watching For All Mankind. It's a new show on Apple, which stars Joel Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman is the guy who plays Colonel Flag in Suicide Squad.
Frank. Wait, Colonel Flag.
Joel Kinnaman, yeah, Flag, Rick Flag.
Rick Flag. Okay.
Yeah, the leader of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The real leader.
The real leader.
Yeah. I've been watching Mythic Quest. I'm about to finish season 1.
Mythic Quest, man.
Having a blast. There's been some crazy things. I don't know how far you are, Trav. What episode you at?
No, I'm still left off where we left off at. What episode?
I'm at like episode 10, man. Yeah. It gets so crazy.
If you're a fan of The Office and you love video games, this is a show for you. I'm just telling you.
For All Mankind is a new show. It's basically an alternate history on what if the Soviet Union was the first crew that landed on the moon instead of the United States. So it starts by that because Soviet Union was the first to land a man-made spacecraft on the moon, but then the USA was the first humans to land on the moon. Right. But this is like an alternate history thing. What if it was the Soviet Union? And I got to admit, the beginning was really depressing because you kind of see everybody in America they're kind of like, it's kind of like one of those moments because I love space. I love sci-fi. I'm big into NASA and all that stuff. And I love these type of shows. I love alternate history stuff. That's why I love Wolfenstein so much. And everybody's just looking at it like, it's like, oh yeah, you got to see it, but not really. And everybody's kind of looking at, Russia. They're in there and they're planting their flag and they're like speaking. And the guy's translating. And hold up, we're getting a translation. And it's like, it's like shocking to me because that's not what we've seen.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. The reason I found this show is because one of the creators is Ronald D. Moore. And he did the Battlestar Galactica remake, which is my second favorite show of all time by Miami Vice. That's a great show. That's on the cinema side. I went to the Science Center with my kid. I took my son there.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
First time there. It's amazing. They have the dinosaur exhibit. They have all the science stuff. They have like crafts. They have they have these shows where they kind of give you a tour of the place. It was awesome. One of the rooms was a little scary because of our situation.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And but other than that, everything was great. And then I had pizza at this new hip joint. I felt like I was like an old man in an episode on a CW show. This place was called Lazy Moon.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that place was a nightmare for the situation. But the pizza was damn good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never had it, but I've heard of the place already.
Have you guys been there?
I've heard of it, but that
place is like Youngster City.
Yeah. It's one
like
of
even the wait staff is like dressed
Moon.
like this.
Especially like
pizza,
the
right?
one by me. The one by me is in College Town, so
the pizzas
that's where they go. Are massive.
The 30-inch pie is like this big.
Yeah. They also have
and they have the slice, which is like freaking the size of your arm. Yeah, dude. Fucking nuts.
Yeah. They have a pizza contest, like one of those.
Yeah. Great
giant pizza eating things.
Great vibe. It mixes like the old diner / new age type stuff. Great music. They have it's like a sports bar type ambiance too, because they have like a bar and
right.
And sports, TVs with sports games. It was pretty cool. That was great, but I felt ancient.
Damn, that sounded like me. Saturday night, we were at my boy's house, just swimming, just bullshitting, and then somehow seafood came up. Next thing you know, we're at a seafood boil joint called the Juicy Crab.
Whoa!
And we walked in, and it was a restaurant. They had a bar, and there was TVs, and all of a sudden we started ordering drinks and shit. And the lady's like, "You sure you don't want an appetizer?" I'm like, "No, I'm here for the seafood. I don't want no fucking mozzarella sticks. I want the seafood." Damn. And she goes, "It's half off though, as long as the DJ's playing." And I'm like, "DJ?" We all turn around, homeboy over there setting up the ones and the twos and the freaking laptop and the DJ. And That's he cool. started playing music, and everyone in the restaurants eating seafood and bopping and just freaking dancing. Just dude, it was such a vibe. It was so awesome.
Good vibe.
It was such a good time.
Did he play the locks?
Probably. He probably did at one point. He was jumping all over the place, bro. He was playing a little bit of everything, taking requests and shit like that. And he played that Baby Shark song that was mixed with the mash, and like they scratch it and edit it and shit like that.
Whoa.
You never heard that one?
No.
Oh,
I mean, my son's jamming to some crazy stuff right now with
he played that. Everyone in the restaurant, all the girls, all the females started like twerking in their chairs and bopping. You see everyone's head moving and shit, and people never heard that before.
Baby Shark?
Just like it starts off as Baby Shark, but then it goes into like a freaking quick mix. Like a techno type,
like a little blend.
Bring out the kid in you.
Yeah, and it actually sounds fairly decent, whatever. And people went nuts in the restaurant when that came on. It was crazy.
And
it was awesome.
That's about it. I'm if you pay attention, there's a lot of Easter eggs in my screen right now, foreshadowing our conversations. Just saying. All right, go ahead.
All right, man. You know me, the almighty. Cinemas. Well, you know what? Let me start with something, man. If you follow me on IG, I'm a big Versus fan.
Woo! Here we go.
And I did. I gotta come and use my platform responsibly. I did put out there that I was on Team Dipset because maybe because of my age, maybe because that's what I grew up to.
That's what I grew up on too.
But man, it was a slaughterhouse.
Hold.
Dipset went down, man. It went down for the count, man. I don't think, to be honest, bro, Cameron, Jules Santana, and Jim Jones took it serious. That's why I feel like they lost. I feel like they didn't take it serious.
He's always been a clown. Like he's never, to me, he's just never.
Like Jim Jones fumbled his words on stage. Cameron was trying to sleep in the back. Like I don't even know what was going on, man. Like I just felt like the Locks came prepared. They came for war.
I'll say this: if it came down to performance on stage, live performance,
the performance, yes,
I would say, Jadakiss.
He's the man.
I was
about to say
the Locks, just Jadakiss alone.
Jadakiss, man,
destroyed Dipset. Dipset looked lost, confused.
They look like they just saw each other for the first time after like 10 years.
And the Locks look like they've been hanging out all week.
Right.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. The Locks absolutely, Jadakiss / the Locks absolutely destroyed them when it came to on-stage presence.
But I will say
live, but for me personally,
if this wasn't a live performance
for Dipset music.
That's what I was going to say. If this wasn't a live performance and this was old school Versus,
that wasn't live song for song,
where it was just they were playing songs and playing songs, I think Dipset would have won. Because it would have been, they would have hit better.
100%.
That live concert, you got to, and you're being an MC.
Yeah.
You're controlling
all
the crowd.
Shit talking too. All the shit talking
and all the shit
played
talking,
into that.
That all plays into it, and then you got the music. So it's like, if you over there trying to be too cool for school, you're going to look like a fool on stage next to an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? It just looks crazy.
Yo, it's so funny you say that because I was listening to I listened to this other podcast called Brilliant Idiots, which is Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz, which is part of the other podcast I listened to, Flagrant 2. They have their own podcast together, and they talked about it on this past episode, and they said the same thing. Sometimes playing cool and suave like Dipset did will overshadow live.
That was happening to Fabulous.
If the live isn't as energetic and well put together as it was.
Right.
And if it's that way, live will outbeat playing it cool and just like trying to be all suave and shit every time. That's exactly what they said. It's nuts that you said it. That
Jada's Kids came in there and killed them all. But
yes, he did.
With that being said, gaming wise, still on Judgment, picking away at that game. And of course, Back4Blood Beta. We'll get into that later in our gaming discussion. And then of course, cinema, Suicide Squad, and some Power. I'm back on Power, baby.
Oh, the Book of Canaan?
Book 3, yeah, Book of Canaan, man. I'm here.
I want to watch that. I do want to watch that.
I like it. It's like a fresh start, so I like it. It's like a new, and then hearing 50 Cent's voice narrate the whole thing is nice. I like that. I like how he tells a story. With that being said, man, is there a game of the week, Lex?
No.
Not unless we're going to do
Scarlet Nexus. Again, no, just
Jesus.
I would say no.
It would have to be Back4Blood then. That'd have to be game of the week.
Yeah, but hey, there it is.
Beta of the week.
The beta of the week.
Beta of the week.
And when you're listening to this podcast, don't feel like, oh man, I missed the beta this weekend. If you're listening to this podcast this following weekend, there will be an open beta. Mm-hmm. And if you're part of the Patrons, part of the bullshitters, man, hit your boys up, man. We need some squadrons. All right.
Yeah. You need the whole team. Me and Trav tried doing that with some bots.
Hold on, we'll get into
not bad bots, but little bots. And
let's get into the real deal. We getting right into the cinema, or we got some other things to cover first before we get into Suicide Squad.
We can get into I don't know. What do you got? Whatever you guys
what y'all got.
Let's just get right into it. Fuck it.
All right. With that being said, man, are we talking spoilers?
It's this spoiler cast. It's going to have to be in the title.
All right.
Spoiler cast.
Timestamp it because 23 minutes in.
They ain't nothing that I'm going to say that's not spoilish.
Hey, somebody write this down. 23 minutes.
23 minutes. We need timestamps. Somebody asked for timestamps.
Yeah.
So timestamp. 23 minutes.
Spoiler cast of
starts now.
Squad.
Suicide Squad starts now. All right.
I'm not going first.
I guess I'll go first, man.
No, let me.
You want to go?
Because I have numbers and stuff.
All right, let's start with that. I like when we start with that. All right, let's start.
So I want to start with this. The original Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Now, let me first say what I thought about the new Suicide Squad. I loved it. I had a great time. I'm a fan of James Gunn. I watched the first movie I ever watched with him was a movie called Superhero with Rainn Wilson. Check it out. It's a crazy indie movie, but this guy knows his stuff. He's done a lot of horror. He's done a lot of crazy. He has a wicked mind. And I love this movie. I love the cast. Bloodsport to me was way better than Deadshot. To me, he's more. I prefer the actor better now. I like Will Smith. Don't get me wrong. I love Will Smith. I prefer
this more.
This Bloodsport's character more. He's cooler. He's just cooler. I like Idris Elba. I'm a big fan of this Elba. I'm glad they brought back Joel Kinnaman and Margot Robbie. Peacemaker stole the show. To me, in a lot of the scenes, he stole the show. A lot of the scenes. John Cena was fantastic. If you look at if you search in YouTube for the premieres, he is really into this character. And spoiler alert, there is going to be a Peacemaker series on HBO Max, starring John Cena.
Seriously?
Yes, with John Cena. So he is taking this character, Deadpool Ryan Reynolds, seriously because he's going to every premiere in costume. He's the only one going to every premiere in costume. This guy is found his calling with this character because he did such a great job. He's getting his own series on HBO Max. So look out for that. Now, to go back to what I wanted to talk about, some numbers. As you can see, the original Suicide Squad came out in 2016. I'm using Rotten Tomatoes as easier.
Look how they finesse. Look how they still finesse and showing the Joker like he was actually in the movie.
Now, here's the thing. 26%, 59%, right? We're here. The movie did pretty well, obviously. Directed by David Ayer. And then the new Suicide Squad, you can see 91%, 84%. So generally very critically very well. Here's the problem. In theaters, it only made 28 million, I think, if I'm correct. I think it made 28 million in theaters, or 24 million in theaters. And the projected number was 30 at least to be, okay, we're doing something.
Yeah, because the budget on this was a $200 million movie.
Yes.
It's a big budget on this movie.
So when I looked at this movie, I said, why did this movie flop? And I wrote down.
You think that's flop?
And for a movie
box
this,
office, yes.
Yes, box office, it flopped.
Yes, box office.
It didn't do well. It didn't do well at all.
I mean, there's only one answer to that.
No, there's a few answers to that,
okay.
Which is what I'm going to go through. My theories, which some of these are actually true.
Yeah.
Number one, the first Suicide Squad movie was bad, and people see this Suicide Squad. In my opinion, I didn't like it, and it just
I didn't like it either.
It kind of tricks people. It's like, oh, Suicide Squad, nah, I'm good. I didn't like the first one, nah. That's one. Two, in the first Suicide Squad movie, Joker was the main marketing for the first movie. It was basically all about Joker when it came to the marketing. The marketing push for the first Suicide Squad movie was all about Joker. Jared Leto was going to be the Joker.
I think the first screenshot, like, behind the scenes, remember where we talked about the first screenshot of the movie was the Joker with the grill in his mouth.
Right.
And it set the internet ablaze.
Right. So everybody was looking forward to seeing a new Joker. Okay. Forget about the Suicide Squad. They were talking about the Joker. They weren't talking about anybody else yet until they saw the movie. Then they saw Margot Robbie and they were like, oh my God, Harley Quinn, blah, blah, blah. The rest is history. 3, the cast. You gotta understand. You had Will Smith. Okay. Margot Robbie, she's coming hot off Wolf of Wall Street. She's a breakout star coming up. Then you had Jared Leto. He had just come off winning Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor opposite Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. Legit actor. This guy started off as a musician, great musician, and now he broke out in acting and won an award. Okay. 4, the situation that we're in, the new evolved situation that we're in, I think played a huge part in those low numbers. If you guys know what I'm saying. 5, HBO Max same day without the extra $30, like the mouse is trying to take out of your pocket.
Right.
If you're already a subscriber for HBO Max, all you got to do is hit play.
Log in, baby.
You're good. Log in. The movie's there waiting for you. The movie was ready on Thursday. I saw it Thursday night.
Wow.
Late. Okay. And last but not least, in my opinion, it was rated R. The first Suicide Squad was not rated R. Rated R movies tend to be to shrink your audience a little bit when it comes to superhero movies and things like that. There are exceptions of movies that do break out, Deadpool, movies like that, the Wolverine, movies like that. But in this case, with everything that has to do with this movie being rated R, did shrink the audience. Though I feel, in my opinion, it needed to be rated R,
for sure.
It worked. It worked because it lent itself to James Gunn's strength, which is he does a lot of gore. He used to do a lot of gory stuff, a lot of crazy stuff with his old films. So that to me is some of my reasoning. What I started really looking at is why it flopped. Other than that, loved the movie, had a great time, saw it twice. My wife loved it. Fantastic! I can't wait. They're gonna say
Did you let your kid watch it?
No, he is coming back for more movies. We don't confirmed. We just don't know what movies. If it's a sequel, if it's other movies, but just the fact that he is making more movies for the DCEU is excellent. My final take: this is the third best DCEU movie that I've ever seen, behind Man of Steel and Wonder Woman. It's Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad.
Damn. What about Dark Knight?
No, DCEU. That's not in the cinematic universe.
Okay, gotcha.
That's different. That's the Nolan verse.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm talking about in the DC movie universe, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad.
Okay, cool. Is that it for your take?
Yes.
All right, man. You know me, the Almighty. So, Suicide Squad. Soon as, Lexx told me who was making this movie, the guy behind Guardians of the Galaxy, I was locked in. I'm like, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's one of my favorite Marvel movies. So let me see what this is going to be. And then I didn't know it was rated R until I was clicking play on it. I was like, oh, this is rated R? Oh, okay. Let's see where this is going to go. And man, from the beginning, I mean, when Bloodsport had that talk about his daughter, like that shit, that whole conversation back and forth with his daughter, like
that's
that
real.
Shit,
that's real.
Right. That was cool.
That was cool. It was
foreshadowing. Already been done. Go ahead, keep going.
No, of course.
Keep going.
I mean, if you're gonna be one of those guys that say, "Oh, this story has already been told," you got to understand that when they say Spider-Man story, it's the same story. When they say Batman story, it's the same story. This is a Suicide Squad. It's gonna be the same story. You read the comics, it's the same story.
It is the same story.
I don't understand why people are just up in arms. They're saying the same story. How many times have we watched Peter Parker get bit by a spider?
Exactly.
How many times have we seen
Aunt May not know that he's Spider-Man? I mean,
how many times?
Almost catch him. Aunt May almost caught him. Oh, Aunt May, what are you doing? He's half naked.
How many times have we seen Batman lose his parents in the alleyway?
Or
how many times?
Superman's ship crashed on Earth.
How many times? It's the same story,
By the way,
bro.
I bet it was 26 point something million. I want to correct that.
Okay. Damn, Jungle Cruise up there. All right.
Yeah, still doing it.
Like I said, with the same, for people out there saying, "Oh, this is the same story," well, I guess every movie you can't watch no more. Every superhero movie you shouldn't be watching because they done already written out in comics. It's already on ink, and they're gonna have the same story because if they change the story that's not in the comics, then you're gonna have an uproar. That's not how it went down in the comic books. They have to have a reason
because every movie's followed every single book ever.
In
every
sense,
TV show
when it
has
comes to the origins,
when
it comes to the origins of superheroes, they stay strictly to the books.
Yes.
Which superhero did they not follow the books? Name one. I dare you. Name one.
I'm saying just all in general.
I'm saying name one superhero. Marvel to DC. Name one that they didn't follow the blueprint.
I'm just saying in general.
They did. They followed every single.
I don't know because I didn't read the comics. So how am I supposed to know?
From someone who reads the comics, they pretty much.
I'm telling you.
To the T.
Telling you.
They add their own little
flavor. When it comes to the origin stories, now I'm not talking about the. Listen to me clearly. Origin stories for what drives this kind of movie, like the originating of Suicide Squad or the originating of this is not Suicide Squad Part 2. This is the Suicide Squad in a whole nother universe. You know, yes, they brought some familiar characters back, but that's as far as it went. Other than that, this movie was amazing. This is probably the best movie I've seen this year. I don't even know what else is slated to come out this year.
Number one.
I don't know. I don't even know what's even slated to come out this year. But Suicide Squad, just the artistic way that they did the fight scenes. Everything was different about this movie. Like everything wasn't like I've seen it be. I like the part with Harley Quinn coming down the hallway and she's letting off with the 2 assault rifles, and then you just seeing flowers popping out of these dudes going through these guys and all that shit. That shit was dope. That shit was like it was like I'm high, but
javelin.
That's her just losing it. She's losing
it. She's losing it.
That's a great. A great metaphor for her completely losing it. And by the way, fun fact. That part, and I'm sure hopefully you guys have read that part where she escaped with the key, that was her. She really did that. Margot Robbie.
What?
She took the keys out of the guys and flipped over and turned the key with her feet. That's her. She really did that. I
was like, man, that must be a stunt double.
No, she did that.
Wow.
The only problem is they couldn't show her face because her clothes was over her face.
Right.
The director said he's pissed off. He says that's one of his only regret that he didn't show her face because she did that so smoothly. That it was her. So
that even makes it more awesome.
That was awesome. And
another fun fact, by the way, the original movie was the original idea was going to be Suicide Squad versus Superman.
Ooh, that's cold. I mean, that's different, but
you can see where he's going.
Yeah, I mean, and I like that they brought the people are giving it flack. Oh, this big old starfish. was sucking
Yeah,
people's
that's
face.
Starro. That's a huge villain in that.
Like
universe.
that's what I'm saying. Like this is what people don't understand. This is already in black and white. They didn't just pop this shit out their ass. This is already on paper. So I don't understand where people are. Oh my god! I understand if you're not a real comic book fan, then you don't know. So you're just assuming that fucking they should be fighting Bane or something. I don't know. This is Suicide Squad. All right, it's a different deal. You know, it's just like with Guardians of the Galaxy. You follow them, it's a whole totally different deal. Ant-Man, it's a whole different deal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are different. There's different tiers and different levels of these comics. When just because they were under DC doesn't mean it was the same creators that made Batman made Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
Two different guys.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? They just was working in the same building. That's it. You know, they all had their different ideas. So with this, I knew that with the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, I knew he was going to put James Gunn. He was going to add his flavor to it, and he definitely added his flavor to it. Where like I don't see any movie that can compare to this movie this year. No movie. I don't see one.
Ditto.
And the reviews show that. You know, the numbers not might because obviously the app and the first one left a bad taste in people. Nobody could pay me to watch the first one. I don't care.
I've watched it 9 times.
I'll never watch that movie.
And
again.
I'll go in the room right now and watch it again.
The only reason I'll watch it is Will Smith and Margot Robbie, but pretty much everything else is.
Everything's a wash. I try to erase that movie out of my brain.
The villain was horrendous. It was horrendous.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Which is a shame. And this is another thing. I hate to take another shot at Marvel, but DC is so interesting. They can make a whole movie about villains, and it can be fucking awesome. And Marvel can't get a TV show right with one villain. That's all I'm going to say.
Jeez, the man who remains.
They can't get one guy right who was in the biggest freaking movies of all time. They can't get him right on a show. But yet these people can do a movie about I'm telling you, DC has the best villains.
I mean,
well, you got offense versus defense, I guess. Best villains and then the best heroes.
Versus heroes, yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would be good.
Absolutely.
So if you put Marvel's heroes versus DC villains, let's do that.
I would love that. I would love to see that.
Who do you think would fare? Who do you think would fare?
I mean,
all right, let me put it this way.
I mean,
which DC villain is beating Thor? Let's just go right there. Let's go right there.
There's a bunch.
Come on,
because you got to remember DC villains.
Man. You said so yourself. He's the strongest person.
Oh, I know. But there's a bunch
that.
But DC villains.
Who the fuck is killing Thor?
There's a few guys that are very powerful that aren't very known. There's a Spectre. He's not very known, but he's freaking powerful as hell. There's a lot of
Doomsday.
There's Doomsday. Doomsday can definitely put up a fight.
He killed Superman.
Doomsday can definitely pull up a fight. Don't think about the Doomsday and Batman versus Superman, please.
Oh, I didn't even know. See, I never watched that movie, so I didn't even know he's in there.
Not that guy.
Oh, spoiler.
I'm talking about comics. Talking comics here.
But anyways, yeah, go ahead, man.
With that being said, man, all I'm gonna just say is best movie this year. I don't know what else movies coming out slated for this year, but so far this takes a cake.
We got Paw Patrol.
What the fuck?
Demonic, The Night House, Truth to
Power. Right. Now you're gonna help.
Don't breathe too.
All right, that's cool. I think isn't Matrix? If Matrix come out, maybe Matrix. I don't know. I don't think Matrix is coming out this year.
Candyman.
Candyman is not beating this.
What about John Wick?
John Wick?
We're not gonna John Wick this year.
John Wick might could get up there. John Wick it all depends. I don't know. Because it might be rinse and repeat. I don't know. Because you get into fourth. Once you get to a certain number of sequels, it starts getting a little sloppy. So I don't know. Yeah. They start rinse and repeating.
Especially since they did 3 and 4 back to back.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a lot of good dramas coming. Shang-Chi is coming out. It's basically the only other big superhero movie.
All right. With that being said, man, let's hear what the resident. Well, he wants to be called Demon Steals today. So Demon Steals. Go ahead, Demon Steals.
Well, here we go. First off, let me start by saying
I never watched a comic in my life.
No, that's not true. I was Marvel all the way. Although I did have a couple of I did have some Superman. I did have the Superman Doomsday one where Doomsday Merc Superman. I did have that comic.
Okay.
Had some Spider-Mans and some basically X-Men. Marvel was my thing. But no, what I want to start off with is y'all can come at me. I don't give a shit. I don't care what y'all have to say. These are my opinions, and I'm allowed to have them. I enjoyed the movie.
Somebody better timestamp this so the bullshit is going to go straight to this.
The movie was very comical. Wasn't expecting it to be that
Shout out to
funny.
the weasel, man, that drowned.
Wasn't expecting it to be that funny.
But he didn't.
But he did it. Yeah. Curious if that has anything to do with anything.
Like, why did they even show that?
I don't know.
They always show that for a reason.
Yeah. Me and my wife watched it on Sunday. We both had the exact same feeling of this movie. We enjoyed it, but we didn't think it was the greatest. Not by far. And I already said this. I watched the original one 6, 7, 8, 9 times, and I'll go in the room right now and put it on. I will not be watching this movie again. One and done. Here's my reason.
Wait, who said it was the greatest?
That's what a lot of people have been saying.
I said it's the best.
You just said it was third of what you're saying. A million times better than the first one.
I'm talking DC.
No, for DC wise.
DC wise. I'm not comparing it to Marvel.
I'm just saying what people have been saying.
What
I've been hearing.
I'm not comparing it to Endgame. Not comparing it to Avengers.
I'm just stating what people are saying in the chat, on social media. They're saying that this movie's the shit. Blah 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 blah. Me and my wife didn't feel that way. We enjoyed it. It wasn't boring. We had fun. I liked the fighting. Anything Harley Quinn. I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm in there. I got a question though. Why did they have to murk that fucking squad off rip in the beginning?
Because it was.
What was the whole point of that? What was the whole point of that? To have these big, like some big name freaking actors bringing these new characters in, and they're making them the focal point just to have Pete Davidson's face shot out in 30 seconds.
Because that's the whole point.
What was the whole point? And then to watch the whole thing die.
That's the whole point of Suicide Squad.
That was the whole point of Suicide Squad.
That's what it is. You don't know who survives.
Yeah, but when Bomber or Boomer came back, I was like, oh shit, he was kind of a comical relief.
Right.
With it being comical, you would think they'd keep the one fucking comedian that was on the damn set. No, they burked him first.
Of course.
I'm like, what was the whole point of that? That already had me on a bad taste.
The point was that everybody was expendable.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
It's just like when Johnny Cage got murdered in Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, everybody was at that point. You're like, oh shit, anybody can get it.
Not 2 minutes into the beginning
when they're foreshadowed at the end when old girl was like, if y'all don't follow this mission, y'all about to get murked, and she started about to flip the switch.
Hell yeah, that's how it is.
You already see in the morning in the beginning, she's like, oh fuck it, and press the button.
Yes, and we understand that. But why go through the whole process of them going to the jail and then making this guy look like he's the next big guy and the next big thing and this and that, and then what was the whole point of that? Okay, that wasted my time. In my opinion, that wasted my time.
One of the best shows to even do it, Game of Thrones. The whole first 5 episodes or whatever. You
didn't know those people. You didn't know those people though. That's a whole fresh take.
I thought dude was the main character.
That was a whole fresh take.
Fuck off.
That was a whole fresh take.
His whole head came up. His head was gone. It was like he was the main character. They followed him. We saw him go take a piss in the bush and everything. We thought he was the main character. He got his head chopped off.
Yeah, to be honest, I tried to watch that show. As soon as they did that part, I turned it off. I didn't care. No, I'll watch it eventually in the future.
That show is up until season 5 is the greatest show I've ever watched.
For sure,
top 3,
hands down.
Greatest
show. I can't even find something to top that.
No. I'll watch it one day. I just
100%. Anyway, we're not talking Game of Thrones.
Yeah, back to the reels.
So right off of there, I already had a little bit of a bad taste because I'm like that kind of wasted because I already started to get invested. What is this weasel's job? Well, I was curious. Well, what is the weasel gonna do Like, what's his
kind of
purpose?
dog is he?
What's his purpose? I want to see this guy that's dressed up kind of like Deadpool without the mask and the swords with the guns. Want to see what his purpose. Like, I wanted to see what these people's purpose was.
Man?
And then what purpose? Man? Oh, that was stupid. that was dumb. Because he wasn't even doing anything. And then as his arms are getting shot, he's like, come on, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
It was funny.
Are you serious? Shit. And then this guy who's supposed to be this feared assassin or whatever, he all of a sudden pusses out. I'm gonna swim away.
All type of shit going left. Man. He said, "I'm going out."
Yeah, that was funny.
That shit. Nah, that wasn't hit. It wasn't hitting right already off rip. Okay.
Oh man.
Then after that, like the whole storyline of the whole daughter thing. Come on, that was in the first one. You couldn't come up with something else? I don't care if it's in the comic book. You couldn't come up with something else. You had to use the daughter. That was in the first one. Deadpool, Deadshot, Bloodsport, whatever the fuck his name is, and John Cena. All the same fucking character. They're all the same character. What the hell? Why am I looking at three same characters in these two movies?
Assassins.
Well, what's the point? They're the same shit. Oh, I shoot better. No, I shoot better. Who gives a fuck?
I use a little bullet.
I really don't care.
I like the whole competition when they went up in they went in the camp.
Listen, I'm not a fan of John Cena at all.
What people here
when it comes to wrestling, but I will say he did do a pretty good job. He did do a good job on this movie.
Oh yeah, for
sure. He was very compared
to all the
that
other
whole
movies?
point, that whole part when the whole time he's wearing like uber tight freaking cut off midriff shirts and shit like that. Like that shit was huge. That was hysterical. I laughed a lot in this movie. Me and my wife, we did laugh a lot in this movie. When that shit went off in the woods, when and they're just standing there and he's in these tighties and he over exaggerated things. I'm just like, really? And he's just standing there like nothing. Like, man, what's going on here, guys? And the guy's like, yo, can you put some fucking clothes on? Like that shit was comical. That was funny. I laughed my ass off. That was good. You know, I like that. But like, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Fighting a gigantic Pokemon that shoots face huggers out its armpits. That wasn't it for me, man. No. I was just like, nah. This is whack. I can't go with this. You know, that shit's face huggers. Really, face huggers. That's what they're gonna do out of Staryu's fucking armpit. I couldn't. That part, I was like, nope. That turned me off. I couldn't do it. But like I said, other than that shit, we enjoyed it. I mean, the giant monster breaking the thing. Okay, we've seen that. Godzilla and fucking Honey, I Blew Up the Kid and all these other ones where they have these giant things breaking the, like. I've already seen that shit. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see it. I wanted to see something else. So, for me, my opinion was not the greatest, and I will not be watching it again. As much as I did enjoy it, and it was humorous, the only thing that did it for me was Harley Quinn. That's it. If Harley Quinn wasn't in this movie, for me, I would have wasted my 2 hours. 100%. 100%. Come at me in the comments. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's how I feel. That's it.
Are people really mad that you don't like that you?
They come at me for everything, Lex. Everything.
That's weird.
Everything.
Lex,
I can't have an opinion.
You don't be in the Discord,
especially if they like it. If they like it, it's the greatest. No matter what I say.
You gotta swing by sometimes. Spin the block a couple times ridiculous. And just see how they treat Bobby.
It's fucking ridiculous. I can't have an opinion on shit in Discord. If they say it's great and I say anything other than the word great, they're coming at me.
They coming with stats. They coming with everything known to man.
And if they said it was shit and I said I liked it, they're coming at me.
Like,
I don't understand it. I have the right to have my opinion on if I like something or not. Everyone likes things and they don't like things, you know?
Right.
You brought up The Office earlier. I can't stand the fucking Office. I tried 4 times watching The Office. I can't do it.
What about Big Bang Theory?
I love Big Bang Theory.
What?
I love Big Bang. Me and my wife are watching Friends for the 4th time right now.
I hate Friends.
There you go. I love it. People have things that they like, and people have things that they don't like. We can watch the same movie and have the same feelings, have different feelings, or similar feelings.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't a total
Funko back here.
Total waste of my time.
Num.
It was very comical. I like the shark. Num. Yeah, that was funny. Why not? But it's just like,
dude, it was so epic when he ripped through the part and you saw the lightning and it was slow motion. That shit, man, I wanted to have my screensaver.
He walked up to the dude and grabbed him, just ate him straight, and then he burped up like his fucking bracelet or watch or whatever the hell it was. Like, that was funny. There was a lot of good parts to this movie. There was just to me, there was a lot of things that I've already seen in a lot of movies that I didn't want to see. I don't want to see a giant starfish fucking breaking buildings, shooting face huggers out its armpit. And you got this guy that's exactly like you got Will Smith and Idris Elba playing the exact same fucking character, calling them two different things.
I guess you're not going to play the Suicide Squad game then when it comes out, huh?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because you know it's going to be the same story.
What does it have to do with anything?
The daughter held over his head, and you got to go out there and do the mission.
If Suicide Squad is anything like Avengers, I will not be playing it.
Damn,
I'm not going to be wasting my time.
I doubt it's going to be
but it's made by it's made by freaking the people who made
Batman,
the Batman games, Arkham games. Those are fucking good games.
Well, yeah,
Rocksteady. Yep.
Yeah, I love those Batman games.
Those games are so good.
But that's what I'm saying. That's just a video game. Like, I was expecting something different. Like, okay, I understand. Oh, this is his outlook of it. Why does 3 people got to make the same movie? For what reason?
I asked the same question with freaking Spider-Man.
For what reason? It's already been done. It's already been done.
Well,
why do I want to see it again?
Because everybody believes they can do it better.
No, then I get the right to say I've already seen this. Do something a little different. I don't care if it's in the comics or not.
You have to wait till they do another character.
Do something a little different. Don't use the daughter. Don't hang the daughter over his head.
The next time they reboot, because in the next 3 years when they reboot Spider-Man again, guess what? He's gonna get bit by a spider. It might be bigger this time.
Well, I don't know.
No, it's gonna be
because I watched
it's gonna be a female.
The movies that made us and the toys that made us and shit like that. I've been watching that documentary. When it came to Power Rangers, I didn't realize that Marvel, Stan Lee, and Spider-Man had so much of an influence on Power Rangers. Their version in Japan of Spider-Man didn't get bit by a spider.
No, he didn't.
Why can't they change it? Do something different.
We're in America.
Because in America, we're familiar a different way.
So what?
I know. I agree. On some levels,
on some things, okay, he gets bit by a spider, but then don't do the same storyline.
I just don't like the fact that we have 3 Peter Parkers in the last 10 years, the last 12 years, 12, 13, 14 years.
How many Batmans have we had?
They've never started the fucking movies over the same every time.
His parents get killed.
Every movie's been different.
In the alley. Okay,
something has to be the same. Yeah, you're right. Some things has to be the same. Him getting bit by a spider, it has to be that way. That's how it be. His parents to get it.
Remember, this is a reboot.
You got to remember,
the movies are still different, even though they have different Batmans.
You're looking at the Suicide Squad like they are superheroes. These are all villains.
These are all
what?
So villain, exactly.
D tier.
So what? Like why the fuck would a villain want to help the United States of America? Why would a villain want to help?
Okay, keep going.
You have to hold something over their head.
I know, but why the same thing?
Because that was the way they wrote it in the book. Maybe that's
okay. The whole thing for the Suicide Squads is because they were all in it already. That was for him because he refused. They had the bomb in their head. They know if they had the bomb in their head and they don't do it, they're gonna get their shit blown off. So it's either their life or help out, and they'd rather be out killing people anyway. But why use the girl? Why use the daughter?
So it should have been a son.
You can't come up with something else, really? A dying mom or something different at least. I mean, the same daughter. You know what I mean, though? It's the same shit.
Oh man,
it's the same shit.
It's there's definitely a point where that's why I'm trying to stay away from.
I can't wait to watch Ghostbusters
superhero movies because I get superhero fatigue.
Can't wait to watch Ghostbusters.
It's just too many. It's just too much.
That might win. Ghostbusters. That might take me this year.
Yeah, Ghostbusters look freaking.
I got high hope for Ghostbusters.
I hope they don't let me down.
I'm already can't wait. I'm looking to see if there's already comments.
Oh my god! All right. With that being said, let's get into some gaming, man. We've been talking about this. Somebody timestamp 56. Let's talk about Back 4Blood.
What was it 23 and 56?
Yeah.
Okay. Back 4Blood.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I thoroughly enjoyed playing the game. Wouldn't say it's game of the year.
Wouldn't either.
Like damn, what's the name?
Was that who said that? Was that
Royal
RTJ?
Royal Start.
Okay.
Said game of the year. I don't know if he was just kind of
Trolling.
trolling, capping a little bit here or there. Because definitely when we got in the game with them, because they were on PC, we couldn't talk, but they were typing, and he kept saying, "Oh yeah, the game of the year, you're about to play the game of the year." I don't think it's game of the year, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. Getting the guns, playing together, fighting the enemies, looking for parts, upgrading your weapons on the fly. Oh shit, I found a new barrel. I found this. You can change your freaking ammo. In the beginning, I felt like it was really easy. I was just running around with the automatic shotgun. But man, when we got to phase 3 and phase 4 of Act 1, bro, I even said it. Remember, Trav? I'm like, yo, I think I need to put this shotgun down.
Yeah.
I think it's time to put this shotgun down and take out a real gun because I'm killing them, but there's only 12 bullets. So
real quick, because I want to focus this part of the episode from someone who hasn't played this. So people who have, ask questions.
Ask questions. There you go.
It'll be better. So have any of you guys played Left 4 Dead?
Yes, I played a little bit, not a lot of it.
Okay, so how much of this is what similarities does it have for Left 4 Dead, and what differences does it have from Left 4 Dead?
The one thing, okay, you want to go, Bobby?
No, I didn't play Left 4 Dead that much.
Okay, the parts that I love that this connects is the whole working together to get from checkpoint to checkpoint. That whole getting to the safe room, you know, that was always a completion part in, Left 4 Dead. Like, that always felt good to get to the next safe room.
Right.
That felt good.
So it still has that.
Yeah,
that for sure. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That's like then
when you're in a safe room, you got a
elevator pitch for this game is if Left 4 Dead
3
and they cranked it up a notch. They cranked it up a notch. Everything they cranked it up the notch. The only thing I do miss is the the witch? No, the witch.
Yeah, the witch
would make. Yeah, that's the part. That's one thing I'm like. I hope they just like sneak her in there as an update or something. You know what I'm saying? But they do have they do have the different types of them, and obviously, as you can see in the beta, they only have like certain numbers of the actual riddens or zombies, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, they call them riddens.
Yeah, I think they only have 5 or 6 in the beta, so there's obviously more than that in the full game. So maybe there is a witch in the game, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking too early. But for that, the gunplay, that was one of my main thing. I was like, is the guns going to feel good?
Is it? They have aim down sights now.
Yes. And you could get attachments. You can get different attachments. Like you can make a freaking division gun. Like it's that's what it feels like. It feels like you can get that deep with different scopes, different magazines, even down to the ammo. You can get different type of ammo.
Precision ammo. So far, I've only found AP ammo. I don't know if you have explosive rounds or electricity rounds or flame rounds or anything like that.
The card
system is unique.
Yeah, it's very unique. It gives another twist to the game. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen any cards that play too much against us. Everything was pretty much straightforward. Like, hey, make sure your team stays alive. I'm talking about the opposite cards, the cards that we don't pick, Bobby. Yeah, there's cards you pick, and then there's cards that the game puts in there. The game puts in, they'll have like
modifiers.
Yeah, modifiers. Right.
So basically, when you first start, it picks like a team card where it'll say you get an extra 500 coin if you all survive without triggering any alarms, or if you all survive, you get extra money. If you all do this, you get extra money. It's just an incentive. And then they give you an automatic card, which so far seems to be the first card you pick in your deck, because you can customize your deck on all the cards that you purchase or unlock. It could be anything from 10% extra HP, quick reload. I like to use the melee one because I've got the girl with the bat. Every time you get a melee kill, you get 2 HP back. So, I'm just in there swinging, getting some health back.
Okay.
You can set up the deck however you want, and it automatically picks one and then lets you pick one. And then when you get to the safe house, before you start the next round, you get to pick another card. Right. So you get to pick a card before every round. So eventually you'll have a bunch of them. So it's kind of strategic too, because I found myself more like, all right, I think this time I'm going to put the bat down, so I'm not going to worry about picking up the melee card early. I need more ammo, so I got to make sure I do that. After failing the final part a few times, I started putting in more HP cards, 20% more health, 15% more health, more ammo, like stuff like that. So it's definitely strategic on how you play. You can play it differently. I mean, it's not like that drastic of a feeling every time, but you could definitely set yourself up with those buffs
and the game
accordingly.
And the game felt very rewarding in a sense of, like, let's say, I guess in this beta they have 2 chapters, and each chapter
4 parts.
It's 4 parts to 1 level, right? So if you get to the last part, like we did, got to the boat, you only get like 3 tries. Like if you get 3 team wipes, you start away to the back. You start from the beginning. So like that part, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like that's a tough pill to swallow, especially that we played it on normal.
There was like 3.
I think there was 3 more difficulties above where we were playing, and that shit was tough. So that tells me, I'm like, bro, if I get that crazy nasty in this game and I go to play on crazy mode, like how more difficult can this get? Because at first they just feed you zombies. You might get little 3 zombies here, 4 zombies. By the time we got to the end, they was throwing hordes at us and big dudes.
I was like, yo, I need a monkey right now. Where's the fucking monkey at? Because there's so many. There's so many. Oh, that's right. It is the firecrackers. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, we should use the firecracker.
Yeah. Okay, now we know for next time.
Because there was a point where they were like, fuck the zombies, get to the boat.
Yeah.
And there was no way.
The first time we kept trying to fight them, and it was just endless amount of zombies. And we weren't able to do it. So finally, me and Trav like, fuck it, we're just getting straight to the boat. But then our bots were staying back trying to fight, kept going down.
Mom kept going down.
Me. And I'm like, nah, bitch, you're supposed to be running with us. Homeboy's with us. Why aren't you with us?
Right. Okay. It was on their own mission. So what you got? What else questions you got?
Definitely having all 4 is more beneficial.
Yeah. I don't see any negative from the past game to this game.
Okay.
Other than the
As a huge Left 4 Dead fan, I got a couple more questions. How in the original Left 4 Dead, how they presented each chapter was a movie theme. They had like this whole movie theme where it was like the chopping mall. How does this game? It was like their version of a story. How does this game present that to you?
In my understanding, see, when I play betas and alpha, I kind of skip cutscenes and stuff because I kind of want to wait till the final product to actually dive into the narrative. Right. But it seems like with this one, they actually have it as a actual whole game because they start you at a main hub, like a camp. And then they're actually sending you out on different missions. Like, hey, go to this town and see if you can rescue these people. Go to this place and see what the disturbance is on this side of town. Okay. So it's that
we need to get over here, so you got to go clear out something, or
because in this one you're the hunters,
right?
You're not in the other one. In Left 4 Dead, you were just trying to survive,
right?
Yeah,
this one,
like they're sending you out.
We're part of a crew.
That's safe.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, go out there and we need to get this intel. We need to go do the, and then you have objectives. You got to lower the bridge or fill the sand so you can jump over the wall or get the train going and this and that, power this up. But of course, while you're doing that, you got hordes of zombies and you got to be careful. If you trigger an alarm or scare the birds, they come tenfold. Like they're just all over the place. And you got to be more, me and Trav at least, because we can talk. And this is where,
with the ammo,
team playing is massive. If I know he's using an AR and I'm using shotguns, he'll still pick up shotgun ammo. I'll pick up AR ammo. That way, if we run out, I drop it to him. You know, because you can only have one weapon, and your melee, and then you have certain guns that can go in your melee, like pistols and stuff like that.
Yeah, small arms,
which will take away your melee. So I saw myself at times running out of shotgun ammo. So I'd be like, "Yo, just take these shotgun bullets. I know you're not doing that." But even before that, in the safe house, when you go to the shop, you can buy attachments. You can buy team perks that'll help out the whole team. You can purchase first aid kits, defibrillators, gauze, you know, stuff like that. So like we were figuring out how each other was playing. So Trav started taking like the toolkit so we can unlock special boxes or rooms for stuff. And I was taking, I would buy like the perk that would let me take 2 first aid kits. So I was kind of like the healer, you know, but then I had my own ammo pack because I knew I ran out of freaking shotguns. So, I mean, there's a lot of strategy going on.
And obviously it'd be hard to play with, go ahead, finish, Bobby, what you're saying?
No, I was just saying like before you go out into the round again, you could easily talk as a team. All right, I'm going to set up this way. Okay, well, I'll set up this way. All right, well, I'll take a lot of, you know, grenades and stuff like that. There's different ways you can set up for the next thing. And if you fail that mission and you come back, you can change it all up and be like, I really think we need Molotov cocktails this time, or more healing, or more offense. Like, you can completely change the way you play the game almost every time.
Right. And then you got to remember that you're in a shared universe. So that means if a pistol drops, that pistol, somebody on the team gets it. Not everybody in the team can pick up the pistol.
Oh, yeah. Or if there's like a barrel stabilizer. Yeah. Whoever picks it up got it.
Right.
That's theirs.
The only thing that shares between everybody is the money. Currency, is the money. That's
so
the only
Trav
thing
picks
that
up the money. We all
goes to
get
everybody.
It.
Everybody gets it. Other than that, the ammo you pick up is the ammo you pick up.
First come, first serve.
Right.
So that's why, like, if someone's using an AR and someone's using pistols only and someone's using SMG, someone's using shotgun, you know, you can help each other by still picking up ammo, and it'll be like your stockpile. And you just be like, yo, I need AR. All right, I got you. Right. I'm not using AR. There you go.
So another question I have is, I remember in Left 4 Dead when you die a lot. And Left 4 Dead I died a lot, and the levels weren't the same. Sometimes there would be sections where there would be a lot of, it wasn't procedurally, I guess you could say it was early procedurally generated, where it's not like you won't always have the same place where the horde comes, or you won't, instead of one boss you get 2 bosses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or no boss. Does this game have that too?
With the cards,
when you die, when you go through the level, is it always the same zombie horde in the same place, the same bosses in the same place?
Or the birds,
the birds are random, I guess, but the big boss battles, like that dude that came out of the ground,
those always come out. Those will
always be in the same area, like the big boss battles, as you want to say.
But there's times where you'll just be standing shooting and a freaking zombie's coming out next to you and you didn't even know. Right. Or they're just coming out of a bush or the ground. And there's these little birds that are like plotted everywhere, and if you disturb the birds, that's guaranteed. Then the hordes come out. They can come out from damn near anywhere.
Okay. Right. They come out the ground.
The birds I think the birds are in the same spot almost every time. I haven't noticed that, but next time I play, I'll check.
I don't think so on the birds side, but you could be right though.
Yeah, because the original in Left 4 Dead, it was like there would be a section where you would die and there was a horde, but then when you get to that section, it might be empty. There might be nothing.
Right. And I played Left 4 Dead so crazy. I always was the quick join guy on Left 4 Dead, because just like Back 4 Blood, Left 4 Dead was just that game that I played in between my big games.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the same thing Back 4 Blood's going to be for me. It's going to be that game that I pick up in between my big games. And I just quick join
that game down for a minute. You want to put
quick join, and I used to just go to random missions all the time and just join random groups and play with them. So,
I stick more to the campaign first and just try to knock that out. But
this is what I can see myself doing the campaign. Just make it because of just the cards. I want to unlock more cards and things of that nature.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, if you die and you got to start all over, it's not like you don't lose anything. You just lose the progression. So whatever money you made, you can go back and buy better cards. So the next time you go back, you'll have a chance, because the cards come at you at random. if you have 10, 15 cards like I do, I think of one of my decks I have 12 cards. It'll pick a random 5 that I got to choose one from.
Right.
Mhm.
And then the next round it'll choose another random 5. So it's
okay.
Like you might get better cards. You might get better cards, but there's a chance you might not see that card till round 5.
Right.
You know, because it's just randomly picked from your deck, and then it's like, all right, choose from these 5.
Yeah, like that little battle pass that we had to do, the little 5-tier battle pass thing that they had, that last card that was in that group, I never saw it. I forgot what the perk was, but it was like a good perk, and I never saw it. I never got it drawn. Like it was a good card.
I got 2 more. One is the characters. I remember in Left 4 Dead, Coach, you know, the characters were very memorable, and they had banter and they talked back and forth.
Yeah.
Does this game have that too? With the character, do your characters talk to each other sometimes?
Yes.
They say lines.
That's Left 4 Dead DNA. The one-liners, the banter,
they don't hold anything back. If you shoot them, what the hell's going on?
Okay.
You know, watch them bullets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they say other stuff. I'm just giving you an idea.
Right.
You know, they'll yell back and forth, or there are some sort of ping system where they'll say, "There's a barrel over here," or sight over here, and stuff like that. You know, shotgun over here,
cool.
Ammo over here, need ammo. Excuse me. So I mean, that's pretty cool. They definitely talk to one another.
Yeah, that brought a character to the characters, and I kind of like that. I remember that. And last but not least, with all these zombie games coming out, do you playing the beta? And I know we played World War Z, and I know we played some other kind of Killing Floor. And I know I don't know. Dude. Aliens Fire Team is on its way. With all these games like that coming out, that seems to be a push for those type of games. Right. What do you think? Do you think this game is going to stand out? And what about this game do you think, besides the pedigree, since we already know, because some people probably have never played Left 4 Dead. Remember, that was an exclusive for Xbox.
Right.
So a lot of our fan base might not have ever played or seen that game. So for people like that, what sets this game apart from all these other games? World War Z is making a huge push. Aliens Fire Team is going to make their huge push.
I like the way that looks.
I would say I can't really speak on the Alien game, but this compared to World War Z, I would just say like this game just feels more polished.
Yeah, even in a beta,
the guns feel.
I didn't have no glitching, no weird shit happening.
The guns just feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and not to say that World War Z can't do the little first person update and it probably bring another, you know, bring it up a notch in that respects, but this game, just the quality of it just feels good. You know?
Yeah, if I had to choose, even though this is only a beta, I could see myself playing this game a lot more than I did World War Z.
And I think World War Z was missing stuff. You know, this game has the card system. It has a PvE.
The attachments. Those was just like, oh, there's a gun here. Do you want this or that one?
Right. It has
World War Z has attachments. It has a lot. World War Z has a deep. That's the thing. What stood out about World War Z, because I'm listening to what you guys are saying.
Oh yes, it did have attachments, but it wasn't in the game. Like you had to make those outside the game.
Right.
Yeah, in the menus before you boot in.
With World War Z, what I like about World War Z is that your character progression means something.
Right.
Even when you turn the game off and you boot back on for another session, you still have that character progression. Like if you unlock a kick-ass a rifle with a scope and a laser sight and all this stuff, that will be your starting. You can make that if you're a gunslinger, in my case, that will be your starting weapon every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like your progression, that I respect. I like that.
In Back4Blood, as of right now,
start over.
It's that way for your character. So like you have a level progression, and you have money, and you have your cards and your challenges and stuff like that. All that stuff is there for you to keep going. But as far as the guns,
you got to start over every time, right?
I don't know if it start over every time. I don't know. I didn't really even notice that too much.
Because I mean.
What do you mean? Like when
okay,
you start over?
Let me give you an example.
When you start,
when we died, it started all over.
No.
When we went back in, I'm just saying. No. Just hold on. When we went back in Because we had towards the end, we had guns. I had like a green gun, a purple gun, whatever. That had all these attachments on there. When we went back, the guns were still stock. They were stock again.
Okay, right.
Right? Were they? So you had to build them up again throughout the game, though.
Oh, see that? Okay. Game. All right. In World War Z, I have this badass. It's a gold gun with a scope. Right. I earned that gun through a lot of grinding and playing.
Right.
I turn off the game. I played yesterday. I played tomorrow. I always start off with that gun. I can keep adding to it and make it better. Right. But wherever I left off and building my gun with the attachments and everything will be there when I boot up the game. I don't have to start over, spend any more money. That will be my starting gun, because that's what you, depending on your class, your gunslinger, for instance, you're all about guns. My starting guns is AR with a scope and all this stuff. And no matter what, I always start with that gun. That's like my baby. So worst case scenario, if I suck throughout the whole match, it's my fault because I have my gun that I'm comfortable with, that I just keep leveling up.
Back4Blood is not like that.
As long as you don't lose your lives, that's correct. Because when me and Trav played the first night, I had my AA-12. I don't think it's called that, but it's a freaking AA-12 automatic shotgun. I had that level up with attachments. We put it down, came back the next day, started up. We wound up having to do it over again because we weren't at that like save point. Right. But I started with that gun because we were still on the same lives.
Right.
Makes sense? But once we lost our lives and had to start all over, the gun part of it, we had to start all over. But our personal character progression for the car, it seems like this game is more for the money and buying the cards and your own perks and stuff.
But now
like
remember, if you remember in the camp, Bobby, there's a lot of stuff that you could tell that's in the camp.
There is an armory that you can't access in the camp, which me and Trav did say, ooh, I wonder if this is a place where you can customize your guns ahead of time. So as of right now, I don't think that's in the game, but there's a chance that there is that.
Yeah, I was just curious to where they what they do with that, because to me
that makes sense. Why would you go through all that sense of all that trouble of, you know,
leveling up your gun?
Not even leveling up, just building a gun.
Yeah,
right.
You know, and if you got to do it all over again, you know. So with the armory, because there's a massive armory over there, I see.
And the guy has like he says stuff like he says, "Oh, I got a new shipment in today."
Yeah,
stuff like that. He says things like that reminds me of.
Pretty sure, a lot like your cards, there'll be a custom gun start thing where you would start with weapons at certain points and then you keep going. But it's just not in the game yet.
I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me, but I was just curious about how they. Because you guys were talking about attachments and all this stuff of how they approach that. So cool. So I think in the space, because if you guys notice, there's a push for these co-op survival type games now.
I'm kind of surprised that we're getting Back4Blood and then we're getting Alien Isolation right at the like. Whoa.
And I think people like me and just people in general. I mean, I don't do PvP, whatever. I like the PvE stuff with a little PvP maybe mixed in,
and then the Rainbow Six game.
Yeah,
contamination,
extinction or
whatever.
Whatever. Yeah,
that one is another one survival. You know,
but that one you lose your shit. That one's kind of Returnal-esque.
Yeah. Okay. Don't be surprised if speaking of Returnal gets an update to save shit. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised on that.
But anyways, yeah, cool. I just you guys answered my questions. I was just kind of curious. I don't know if I'm gonna play on the weekend. I think I'm just gonna save it. I'm sold on the pedigree of the company, Turtle Rock.
Right. Same.
It looks good.
I played obviously I played Left 4 Dead. I played damn it.
The gore in this, I don't know if it's the same as Left 4 Dead.
I said it last time.
Oh yeah, man, the blood, man. I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 did have a bunch of gore. But
no, it had like if you shoot like the reactions. That
it was
really cool. It was really cool.
When I went, me and Trav, he likes running around with the machete at times, especially early rounds, and I run around with the bat with the barbed wire on it. As you're killing enemies, your whole like Bloodborne, you're just covered in blood. Your arm, bat, like everything's covered in blood. Like the gore is there.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I'm not surprised.
Okay, go ahead.
For round 1 beta, I was very impressed on how this game ran, how it looked, how it sounded.
I mean don't be. These guys are experienced in. I mean, Evolved wasn't that long ago,
right? And I was This is one point that very impressed me. Like this game might not be a big visual showcase, but this part right here, not a lot of games can even pull this off. there was a zombie coming down a flight of stairs, and they got to the point where it's like a corner of the stairs. I headshot that zombie, and blood just his head bust on the wall, right there on the wall. I'm like, oh shit! Like he dropped, but his blood was on the wall. Like I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
you know, because normally you don't see that. You don't see blood.
No, the head will just explode and they'll just fall.
Right, you don't see blood going on the scenery. You know.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, oh shit, there's blood tracing.
Wow.
Blood tracing.
Cool.
But yeah, man, I'm cool. I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it. It
right.
was a lot of fun.
Cool, is that it?
So I think I'm pretty much good. You guys got anything else on it or anything else in general? Because
I'm getting it.
When it comes to Back 4 Blood, I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I got some game release.
I got a few.
All right. An hour and 22 minutes in. We in here.
I'm gonna give a shot.
I told you Suicide Squad was gonna be long.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do all this, but I'm gonna give a shout out to one game. There's a couple of games here. I'm gonna give a shout out to 2 games.
I was gonna say
here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give a shout out to 2 games. All right. Both they're coming on August 10th. One of them comes out August 10th, and the other one is coming out on August 12th. So August 10th, I want to give a shout out to this little game right here that somebody's very excited about.
Oh, are we gonna actually show it?
I think we can.
Okay, hell yeah.
I mean,
I've been in contact with these guys through Twitter, through emails, man. It's only 2 guys developing this game, man. So I'm pretty hyped for this game, man. Action, arcade, wrestling, man. It's just nostalgic, and just the creation suite is next level, man. You can make anything in this game. Anything.
Yo, that's Legion of Doom.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Come on, man. You saw the fire on the table. Let's go.
Action arcade wrestling brings everything you love from 90s wrestling games with its own twist of chaos and fun. Join the action and step through the ropes in this fast-paced arcade wrestling extravaganza to super kick the overly simulated wrestling games out of the ring. Choose from a roster of 30-plus outrageous wrestlers executing their powerful attacks and superhero-like abilities in the most over-the-top wrestling game ever conceived. Wow. If that isn't crazy enough for you, jump into the AAW Wrestling Lab to create your ultimate wrestler. The Wrestler Lab provides an unprecedented amount of creation tools where gamers can unleash their creativity.
Love that. Yo, I'm going to get this game.
Whether it's your favorite superhero or most feared monster, the Wrestling Lab is only limited by your imagination.
Bro, and the best part about this game is that not only it's an indie game, but it got that good, sweet price. That I don't even know a game that I've ever been hyped for that had a price like this. $14.99? $15? $15, man. I know this game might not show up on the first page when you go to PlayStation Store. I know. But just search for it. I'll be on it tomorrow for sure.
Okay. And the other game, August 12th, we have Foreclosed. Foreclosed is a narrative-driven action adventure set in cyberpunk world filled with action, suspense, and experimental augmentations. Follow the story of Evan Kapnos in this sleek comic book styled game as he unravels the conspiracy behind his identity foreclosure. Who is responsible and why?
Blam, blam, blam. Oh my god. Wow.
I guess. Oh shit.
Blam.
Different little mechanics.
Bam.
Got some control
Spam.
mechanics there.
Boom, boom. Blam, blam.
Like control.
Bliggity, blam, blam. Rat-a-ta-ta-ta. Rat-a-ta-ta-ta.
Foreclosed.
Oh, shit.
PS5 and PS4. Look at that.
Yeah, man. You got the next gen.
Wow.
That's it. Everything else is
Yeah.
Man.
All right, well, let me get into a quick Sprocket real quick.
Ooh,
Okay. This won't be that long. This won't be that long.
I gotta get out of here.
You know what shaves my sprockets? What does steals?
What does steals?
This Florida weather.
Oh God.
Florida weather. A lot of people say, "Oh, we're going to the Sunshine State for vacation." Listen, fam, from the months of what, April, May till like September, it rains every fucking day.
Yeah, it does.
It rains every day. Thunderstorm, lightning, dark clouds, just every day. Friday night, had a little car meet at my buddy's shop that I hosted. Went over there. We had a DJ. He ordered a bunch of pizza, had some drinks, rolled up. It was a little special for me because I finally got my wheels back. So he let me use one of his empty lifts and, you know, put my wheels back on the car, and he put it up front for everyone to see. You know, it's a showpiece. It is what it is. I built the showpiece. He put it right up front and center. I lowered it because it's on bags. It practically touched the ground. It was looking nice and sweet. Had my hood up so everyone could see my engine, and you know, because it looks, you know, looks whatever. And then all of a sudden, here comes the clouds. We see the clouds rolling in.
Steel sprayed.
They're rolling in. All of a sudden, you start to see one person close their hood, another person close their hood, and then all of a sudden, here comes the rain, and you see everyone scattering to go close their hoods and shit and roll up their windows. It started off light, like always, and, you know, like typical, you know, Floridians or, you know, people who just live in Florida who've been here a long time that know. A lot of times it rains for 10 minutes and you're done.
Yep.
Not Friday night.
Oh, Friday night.
Did not rain for 10 minutes. Apparently, the whole string of weather just went completely straight above us the whole way when we were watching the radar. It started raining at about, I don't know, 6:30, 6:45, and it didn't stop until, I don't know, I got home at like 9, and I drove through the rain the whole time. So we wound up being pushed into the shop, had to close the doors, had to squeegee water out away from the DJ table and from the speaker and stuff like that because water was getting in. It sounded like a monsoon outside because we're in a shop, you know, so part of it's metal. So it's hitting the thing really, really hard. The rain's coming down. You hear the lightning, or you see the lightning. You hear the thunder. It was nuts. So we're just probably about 30 of us just chilling in Homeboy's shop. Music blaring still. You know, we're still, you know, whatever, chopping it up and whatnot. All of a sudden, my buddy's like, fuck this. I got to go. I live an hour away. I'm just going to run to my car. He runs to his car. He comes back in. He goes, yo, Bobby, you might want to air up. The driver's side of your car is almost underwater. I'm like, what? So I run outside, and sure enough, because I parked on a little bit of a hill this way, and I aired down. So my driver's side was, you know, pretty much underwater, touching the ground. But that side flooded up first. It was so flooded that I couldn't walk to my front door without submerging my sneaker.
Whoa.
So I had to go to my passenger door, open it up, reach in, put the key in ignition because my air ride system is set to the second the electricity is hit, it automatically raises on its own. So I didn't have to really touch anything. I just put it onto the on ignition. It raised. Meanwhile, the whole time it's just pouring. And in my whole back, I just feel it. Run back inside, dripping wet, but at least I have no water in the car. That's important. Could give two shits if my hair is wet or my shirt's wet. Stay there another 30 minutes, and then we looked at the radar and we're like, yo, this shit's going on for another 45 minutes before we even might to see some rain stop. So we're like, screw it. We're just going to run to the cars. I again go to the front, like I'm gonna go, and it's just completely submerged, like this. I'm just like, there's no way. So I went to the passenger side, took my sneakers off, took my socks off, threw them shits in my car, and I walked to my door. Tell me how the water level was up to my ankles when I was trying to get in the door of my car. If my friend didn't go home 45 minutes before that point and tell me to air up,
you would have had a problem.
I would have had water in the car.
Yeah, you would have had a problem.
I would have had a major problem. Major problem. So, thank God I'm on air.
Shout out to him.
Because if I was static, you know, for those you don't know, means you're just low with just coilovers or springs. I would have been screwed. I would have been absolutely 100% screwed. Yep.
Yeah.
That sucked. That sucked. Driving home barefoot. I don't know. For those of y'all who know how to drive stick out there, I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but I don't know. It just feels weird driving stick barefoot. I don't know.
Driving barefoot, period.
Nah, I mean, automatic, you just pressing the pedal, but like you have that little pedal, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, it feels different when it's barefoot, yo.
Still, anyway.
I gotta have that shoe, man. I gotta have that shoe.
But that being said,
that was my Friday night.
All right.
Swimming to my car.
You escaped the car being flooded.
Yes. That was
wow,
a close
man.
one.
That would have sucked.
That being said, man.
Yeah. We done.
It's been another episode.
Get better bigs. Get better bigs.
Get better bigs.
Get better bigs.
Is this 95 or 96?
96.
This is 96.
Uh-oh.
4 episodes. Someone's winning the PS5.
Uh-oh. All right.
Someone's winning that PS5.
All right. All right, guys.
We out.
We out of here.
One.
We out of here.
I gotta use this hand.